I'm shocked you suffered out there. Rebecca, get me out of here. They can't help you, Desmond. You're a broken man. Your mind, it's broken. Broken. For fun. So did I. Look at me now. Let's talk, buddy. Walk with me.
What is this place?
It's nice, isn't it? We're in the guts of the Animus. The original test program. No memories here, just basic physics, weather simulations. Hello, world. You're lucky someone up there had the sense to plug you in here. Saved your life.
Saved it from what?
Right now, you should be sitting in a hospital ward, drooling and chewing on your tongue. For now, the Animus is keeping you intact. Keeping all your ancestors from collapsing into one big mess. But if you can't find a sync nexus, all those personalities will smash together. That won't be pretty.
A sync nexus?
I'm getting there. Hold on. There. That thing is your way out.
You're screwing with me.
Here's the problem. Your brain is hash. Too many ghosts in your head, too many voices. So how do you fix that? You claw your way back into the stored data, you find unfinished memories, and you crack them open. Finish what you started, until your ancestor has nothing left to show you. That is a sync nexus. And when you find it, the Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home. Back to your body.
How do you know all this?
Because it happened to me. But my body, it's worm food now. So I'm stuck here. A word of warning, when you step through there, everything changes. Nothing feels normal. But you are still in control, and it's up to you to find your way out.
Right.
2 weeks into my fast, and I got panic attacks 3 days straight, landed in the hospital, got tinnitus, couldn't sleep for a week, and landed in the hospital again. And now, you can't even meditate because of the tinnitus. Well, remember when I said that I heard a ringing in my head? It was like a constantly going on. And I was just sitting there looking at my eyes. I was like, oh, this is madness. This is madness. What's that sound? And I'd been awake for like 2 weeks. I wasn't lying about that. See, you at least had the experience. You're having it. So you have to find a sync nexus, I guess you could say. The assemblage point. Remember I've talked about us being black holes? That ringing, that that's literally the ring forming around the accretion disk. It's going wee. Your awareness is going around there. You have to make it speed up some. Go as fast as it can so it gets really loud. And then you have to make it sink inside of itself. It goes like, you'll hear a second tone pop up and goes, then at that point, your body's going to start producing a crap load of DMT, and you're going to go through the final load test. Before you go through your final load test, let's get into what's causing your panic attacks and how you moderate that. Now, everybody knows about Adam and Eve, right? Adam is your logical mind. Eve is the mind that you use to receive things with. Up until this time, you've been receiving about 8 things in your attention, your awareness at a time. That's about what we can handle, around 8. And dudes like to think about things inside a straight linear progression, and women work inside more of like a spider web type thing. But still, we all hold about 8 things inside our mind. This isn't his first wife. Lilith is Adam's first wife. Whenever you were born and you opened your eyes, you were basically having a full-on panic attack because everything was new and you were picking up all the sensations from everywhere all around you. When you take those 8 things that Eve holds in her perception and you turn it to the side, you access infinity again. Now your mind starts to fully speed back up again. Your nervous system starts to fully process. I'm not even going to say over-process because it's where we started at. It's just not comfortable for us to stay in that state because we're going too fast. Think about the feelings Goku had to have whenever he seen Krillin die. Pretty much he was going through a panic attack and taking all the things in, but turning up at the same time so that he could handle it. He was overclocking his system to enter into Super Saiyan. They do say mankind evolved from monkeys. Never said what kind. Might be space monkeys. If you've watched my older videos, I've given you details on the Pingala and the Iranati. Well, your song of fire and ice within you, by the way that's represented, as you're ticking up and the panic attacks are coming on, your nervous system is over revving. Both your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system are activating at the same time. Remember, red plus blue equals purple, so you're getting the purple coat. That purple coat energy starts to fill up the Sushumna nadi in the middle and bring the energy back up to the top. This is what was causing the gland to start ringing because the energy was flowing back in and up. How do you manually moderate the system? Do you remember? Alternating nostril breathing is the way that you do it. The Pingala terminates in your right nostril, your Ida terminates in your left nostril. I think it might be reversed for women. I don't know, it depends on the way the energy systems are laid out. But pretty much the two nostrils control your two different nervous systems. When you breathe in one, out the other, breathe in, out the other, it starts to balance it out. You can feel which one's more open by which one's pulling in more air. When you balance the system, the nostril pulls will feel even. When the state comes on, you have to balance yourself out and just exist within it. You have to go through the calamity. It's a sync point, or, syncing or synchronization. It's a sync point. You have to go through it. The name Alice means noble, and if we live in a dream, then don't we live in a wonderland? Remember, I've said that this is a cosmic dream, and it has been said by others before me that this is a cosmic dream. I'm merely confirming it, and you are starting to fall into it. Is it scary? Yes. Is it somewhat difficult? It can be. It's your final load test. Like I said, if you became an immortal without earning it, you would feel like an imposter, and that's not good for anyone. There's a reason why we choose to isolate during this time frame. The sages go to the desert for 40 days. That whole thing is so that as we're going through our transformation and trying to stabilize ourselves through everything going on and happening, we're not around other people with false perceptions, the wrong dreaming, that try to get into our minds and reprogram us while we're inside of a state of quantum superposition trying to give all our details. They'll stop the process. Superposition is the ability of a quantum system to be in multiple states at the same time until it is measured. Like I said, you're going through a test and you are being measured. Having the wrong people come in, that messes you up.
And among men I am the monarch. Of weapons I am the thunderbolt.
The name Jesus, right? I-E-S-O-U-S, Isus. It's Hell Zeus, as they say. Of weapons I am the thunderbolt. The lightning in the spine, which is why I say that's the Christ within us, projecting and having all the light and information coming in. You're tapping into the Christ state as you're doing this stuff. And as you heard, the Creator calls himself the monarch amongst men, So the Lord of Lords, he is the highest Lord of all the other lords. Remember, the gods can have godlike power, but they don't resurrect and come back. The lords are the ones that know the Creator. There is a difference in how you know his people. Just because you get powers doesn't mean that person's a part of it. See, the dark side, they've been doing the thing called Project Monarch, right? Whenever people do that to other people, if it's not of the person's free will, it causes their mind to become shattered. The person has to actually want to do it and meet the Creator themselves to become a monarch. This is supposed to be a normal brain. This is supposed to be the brain of a Skits, right? Skits, normal brain. The pineal gland is literally like a seed in your head that you're trying to get more blood flow to go into to get it to open. If I'm not mistaken, that area right there is the third ventricle. It's showing the third ventricle opening up to force more blood into the area. Obviously, you're going way over normal operating parameters. It's not schizophrenia so much as you are tapping into extra layers and your brain's becoming more integrated. So you have to learn how to manage it and manage your system, customizing your HUD and your matrix simulacrum, you could say. This is why it can't be forced, because it has to be something that you do. They cannot hijack the kingdom of heaven. Only you can enter into it. No one from the outside, only you. The tinnitus is your pineal being charged and you're ready to open. When you finalize the test, you get some sort of crown on your head or a halo. I felt it. Others have too.